can develop an enlightened view of this person, maybe you're bringing to mind, who's causing suffering to others through their negative actions, but you see it through enlightened mind. It's the delusion in their mind that is to blame, that is orchestrating all the horrible things that they do. That is what's to blame. Compassion actually arises in your heart because you see someone who has no control over what they're doing. So when we see things in an enlightened way, virtuous minds arise naturally, like compassion, loving kindness and wisdom, because they're all reality, they're all enlightened states of mind. They see reality. So when we see reality, when we enlighten ourselves to reality, virtuous positive minds naturally will arise. They naturally arise when we get in touch with the reality of the situation. So Buddha's message to us is that the most meaningful thing you can do with your life is to find true happiness from within and cultivate all your positive qualities of mind to their highest capacity, in particular your love, compassion and wisdom. Through this, you will bring most long-term benefit to yourself and others. That's why it's the most meaningful thing we can do. And his teachings, all 84,000 teachings, are teachings to enlighten us to the truth of our world. Why? Because all negative minds have the nature of being unenlightened. And all negative minds are the source of our day-to-day unhappiness. And unless we remove these unenlightened minds, our suffering will never end. So we want to enlighten ourselves through contemplating Buddha's teachings. Okay, so the final sort of conclusion then is, a wish, some interest, some wish in following the path of enlightenment, to enlighten myself to the truth of the world around me, myself, other people, to abandon my negative, unenlightened minds, so that I may experience the most meaningful life possible, so that we will live a life without any regrets whatsoever. If we listen to Atisha's advice from the heart, which will start next week, with that wish, it will really resonate with us. We'll be very, very attentive, just like the child listening to the parent who's giving them advice on how to travel to the most extraordinary foreign land that they themselves have experienced and enjoyed. So let's just finish with a little bit of meditation. So if you just like to close your eyes, gather your thoughts again, gather your awareness inwards. Contemplate how all your day-to-day unhappiness is created by your negative minds. There's no other creator of unhappiness than our negative minds. And we can definitely dispel all our negative minds because they're based upon confusion, misunderstanding, ignorance, every single negative mind is the nature of being unenlightened. It doesn't know. These minds do not know the truth of what is appearing to them. So whenever you're negative and unhappy, you can just think, I can dispel how I feel, these painful feelings and so forth, by enlightening myself to the truth of what is appearing. Bring to mind, as an example, someone you found yourself getting angry at because of the negative actions they perform. If we're angry, we're not seeing the truth. We are unenlightened. Now enlighten yourself to the truth of the situation by contemplating how this person's actions are arising in dependence upon delusions in their mind, distorted perceptions that they have no control over, that they're actually puppets of their own delusions. They can't act any differently from how they are acting, because this is what their delusions are telling them to do. They have no choice over their behavior. For example, if the puppeteer pulls the string of the right leg of the puppet, what's going to happen? The left leg is not going to go up. The arms are not going to go up. The puppet has no choice other than for its right leg to raise. In the same way, people have no freedom from their own side to act independently of their mind. And if their mind is deluded, they're going to necessarily act in deluded ways. They can't act any differently. It's just that delusion causing them to say, speak, do the things that they are. But try to see that it's the delusion in their mind that is orchestrating their behavior, not the person. The person is not at fault. It is the delusion in their mind that's orchestrating all the nasty actions. And in this way, try to, at the very least, develop a mind of patience towards them, even compassion, if we can find it in our heart. How sad they engage in these negative actions. They are victims of their own delusions. They have no control over. So finally, can you recognize in your own experience that when you see the situation through enlightened eyes, your mind is more peaceful? And that before, perhaps you weren't seeing it through these same enlightened eyes, you were seeing it through unenlightened eyes, and your mind was more disturbed, unhappy. So there you're seeing that you can bring an end to all of your unhappiness by becoming a fully enlightened person. This is the Buddhist path to enlightenment. Okay, thank you. So gradually relax your focus, bring your awareness back to your room, and open your eyes. Okay, thank you very much. So I hope something I said this evening resonated with you and you found useful. As I mentioned, the book How to Transform Your Life by Geshe Kelsang Gyatso, it's a free ebook download, and that has so much special wisdom from Buddha and how we can see the world in a very enlightened way. And then next week onwards, we're looking at advice from Atisha's heart, special advice that he gave to progress along the path to enlightenment in the smoothest possible way. Okay, so thank you very much. And I always say that if you do have any questions at all, please feel free to email me. My email address is rt, for resident teacher, kmcfl, for Kadampa Meditation, Florida, @gmail.com. rtkmcfl@gmail.com. If you didn't get that down, just email the centre and they'll forward it on to me. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for your participation. Take care and stay safe. Thank you.